What happened to the Disney we once knew and loved? A question we find ourselves asking more and more. There was a time when Disney was synonymous with magic, a beacon of creativity and wholesome entertainment. It was the birthplace of dreams, where enchanting tales were spun and colorful characters came to life, captivating the hearts of millions across the globe. The early years of Disney were a golden era, a time when story and character reigned supreme. Who can forget the timeless classics that defined this period? Snow White with her pure heart and the 7 dwarfs who adored her, Cinderella's magical transformation that taught us dreams do come true, and of course the epic saga of The Lion King that introduced us to the circle of life. Each story was a masterpiece woven with threads of imagination, emotion, and a sprinkle of pixie dust. These were more than just animated tales. They were narratives that pushed boundaries, that challenged the status quo of the entertainment industry. Disney's storytelling was innovative and pioneering, their animation nothing short of revolutionary. They were the trailblazers, setting the bar high for all who dared to follow. But it wasn't just the stories, it was the way they were told. The music that swelled at just the right moment, the unforgettable lines that became a part of our everyday language, the characters we related to, loved, and sometimes even loathed. Disney had a knack for creating a world so immersive, it was hard not to get lost in it. Disney was the name that made our eyes sparkle with anticipation, the logo that signified the start of an adventure. It was the promise of an experience that would make us laugh, cry, and most importantly, dream. It was a brand that stood for quality, for integrity, for the magic of storytelling. But as times change, so do the tales we tell and the way we tell them. The Disney we knew, the one we cherished, that brought joy to our hearts and a smile to our faces, seems to be fading into a mere memory. The magic, it seems, is waning. However, the Disney we cherished seems to be fading into a mere memory. The first signs of Disney's downfall began to surface with the acquisition of Marvel and Star Wars. Disney, the company once celebrated for its magical storytelling and heartwarming narratives, was experiencing a shift. With the purchase of Marvel and Star Wars, Disney's focus began to falter. The House of Mouse, once known for its timeless tales and classic animation, was now more interested in box office returns and the pursuit of a trending agenda. Remember when each Disney movie was a promise of a captivating yarn, spun with love and care? Well, that seemed to be a distant memory. After taking over Marvel and Star Wars, Disney's storytelling took a nosedive, leading to a string of box office flops. These were franchises with a loyal fan base and a rich history, but under Disney's watch, they seemed to lose their essence. It was more than just the box office numbers, though. Disney's shift in focus was apparent in the narratives they were now promoting. The company that once centered its stories on family values was now more interested in ticking boxes and pushing a woke agenda. This was a far cry from the Disney we had grown to love, the one that made us believe in the power of dreams and the beauty of family. The shift was so profound that it was hard not to notice. The beloved characters of Marvel and Star Wars were now being used as vehicles for pushing ideologies rather than telling compelling stories. And the audience? They were left wondering what happened to the magic that once defined Disney. Disney's journey had taken a turn, and it wasn't for the better. The company that once brought joy to millions was now struggling to hold on to its magic. The timeless tales and unforgettable characters were being replaced with box office chases and a woke agenda. The transition was hard to swallow for many, leaving them yearning for the Disney of old. The magic that once defined Disney seemed to be slipping away. The company was at a crossroads, and the choices made would determine whether the magic could be recaptured or if it would fade away forever. The change in Disney's direction can be attributed to the decisions of its CEO. The magic and wonder that once characterized Disney's storytelling took a back seat as the CEO started steering the ship in a new direction. It was a shift that sparked a chain of events that would drastically alter the company's trajectory. In a bold move, the CEO decided to embrace what has been dubbed as woke content and DEI wokeness. This was a stark departure from the wholesome family values that had been the bedrock of Disney's success for decades. The company that had once provided a respite from reality, a world where dreams come true and good always triumphs over evil, was now venturing into uncharted waters. Disney's content began to change, mirroring the CEO's new agenda. The films and shows started to reflect a more politically correct narrative, often at the expense of compelling storytelling. The characters, the plots, the magic, everything that had made Disney, Disney, seemed to be getting lost in this new direction. The impact of these decisions was felt across the board. Audiences, who had grown up cherishing the timeless magic of Disney, found themselves disconnected from this new narrative. The box office numbers began to tell a tale of their own. From the Marvel Universe to Star Wars, films that were once guaranteed blockbusters started to falter. This shift wasn't just affecting the company's bottom line, but also the brand's reputation. The magic of Disney was being overshadowed by controversy and debate. The family-friendly brand that had once been a beacon of light in the world of entertainment was now facing criticism and backlash. The CEO's decisions, while perhaps well-intentioned, seemed to be out of step with what audiences wanted. They longed for the Disney of old, the Disney that had captured their hearts and imaginations. But instead, they were being presented with something entirely different. Disney's new direction was not resonating with its audience, leading to further declines. The once mighty entertainment giant was now facing an uncertain future, all because of decisions that had taken it away from its roots. Disney's decline can also be linked to the influence of BlackRock and Vanguard. These two business behemoths have played a significant part in the current state of the House of the Mouse. You see, they've been funding Disney to promote what's known as ESG, environmental, social, and governance, and woke content. Now, what does this mean? Well, ESG is a set of standards for a company's operations that socially conscious investors use to screen potential investments. In simpler terms, it's about being good corporate citizens. On the other hand, woke content focuses on social justice and equality issues. While these ideals are certainly noble, their execution within Disney's storytelling has been a matter of debate and has not always resonated with the audiences. BlackRock and Vanguard's financial contributions have allowed Disney to continue producing content, even when their films have not been successful at the box office. The cash flow from these companies has given Disney a safety net, allowing them to experiment with their narratives without the fear of bankruptcy. However, this has also led to an interesting predicament. Because Disney is still getting paid, regardless of how their movies perform, it's created a lack of motivation to improve. It's as if they're stuck in a cycle of churning out content without truly considering the quality or the impact on their brand. This isn't to say that Disney is deliberately producing subpar content, or that BlackRock and Vanguard are the villains of this story, but it does raise questions about the direction the company is heading and whether financial safety nets are hindering rather than helping their creative process. So while Disney may not be feeling the sting of their box office flops as much as they would without this funding, it's worth asking, at what cost? Is the pursuit of ESG and woke content leading to a decline in the quality of their storytelling? Despite the box office failures, Disney was still being paid, leading to a lack of motivation to improve. Will this pattern continue, or will Disney find a way to balance their financial safety net with the magic that once defined them? Only time will tell. So what does the future hold for Disney? It's a question that's been on the minds of many as we witness the iconic brand navigate through turbulent waters. As the landscape of entertainment shifts, we cannot help but wonder, could Universal Studios become the new titan of the industry if Disney continues on its current trajectory? Universal Studios, with its diverse range of franchises and willingness to innovate, is steadily gaining momentum. From the thrilling world of Jurassic Park to the magical realms of Harry Potter, Universal has proven its ability to create immersive, engaging experiences that captivate audiences worldwide. Meanwhile, Disney seems to be losing its touch. The stories that once held us spellbound now feel formulaic and uninspired. The beloved characters we grew up with are being reinvented in ways that stray from their original essence. However, despite the challenges, it would be premature to write off Disney just yet. After all, this is the company that brought us Snow White, The Lion King, and Frozen. This is the company that has shaped countless childhoods and continues to hold a special place in our hearts. Disney's future may seem uncertain, but it's important to remember that it is within their power to turn things around. They could refocus on crafting compelling, timeless stories that resonate with audiences of all ages. They could prioritize authenticity over agenda, and remember that their enduring appeal lies in their ability to transport us to worlds where magic is real and dreams do come true. The competition from Universal Studios could serve as the wake-up call Disney needs. It could spur them to reclaim their former glory and remind them of what they are truly capable of. Only time will tell whether Disney can find its magic once again. Until then, we'll be watching, hoping for a return to the enchanting storytelling that once defined the House of Mouse.